Please, a round of applause for David. I think you'll need that mic because you're so tall. So actually today is a lovely occasion for me not only to come here and present the Camerata, but also because David and I have written a book together, and it's launched today. It's called 40 Feet, and it's with Knives, Forks and Spoons Press. So we're just going to read a small excerpt from the book. Begins with an epigraph by Seneca. You had a good reason to fear in an especial degree this, the most hideous and frenzied of all the emotions. This warm afternoon, this warm outside is lame. This is what I feared, a locked gate, the Sunday power blockage. Let's figure out why the earth is wet, then you're casual of the mountains to known receivers of knowledge, those moving so slowly in front of us on the way to the train. A simple question. Why is the urge so powerful when each of your loads driven into an ass will not produce issue?
Punch, down, leave. Here I am working your anger prosthesis. There's a debate even now. Well into the crank, where is it? If so, let me free. To Roman report on the state of everything, how everything is doing right now, how exciting everything feels. With much manual effort, I suggest snap. Over crank, just take off, dear Stephen. There it would be, 10,000 words of everything. Working the hideous is special. Body tells me it would be okay to step outside without a spacesuit. While snap, just happens the art my part, what words start. Goes to floor 13 in the lift, to die. No zeitgeist there, maybe not much reading. Crank, to my left 2 men fall down the stairs. I don't have such an attachment, just the hull.
An epigraph by Boris Pasternak. I've allowed my family to scatter. Like the cat in the microwave, nothing can save us. If it existed, the man chunks of black flesh, for he is black, husband to my ex, having a great time, laughed another Underworld sequel. When the house was still standing, you'd never have believed the bricks and mortar were made of athletics. I'd preferred to Pound to win the prize. He deserved it in the transformation, a monster radio like ancient radiation, which really throws contemporary responsibility into disarray. I will admit it's distracting like a door. A man with specific lists, entries gained like a vegetable in a wok, blood in the hearts, blood in the neck, blood in the tunnel, and on it, no more a maiden. Artichoke, splayed and bush like a feather duster, to alter that skirt, too clean for the riot, yet too hungry for men.
What about the moron? Cheeky has liberation come. And the sun at night is like the sound poet in the Betsy Trotwood pub in Farringdon, asking if anyone had lost anything. My keys, said a man, and the poet proclaimed, your keys are in the poem. If anyone had found anything, a new way of life, said a man at the back, your new way of life is in the poem. 10 minutes having everything, again asleep in the chair. Let's think of this being at the cough edge of space, in the grand tradition of double acts. You and I, Stephen, something many would not even call pornography. And soaked in wave after wave of curb water from a bastard bus, another miniature emperor arrives at Gatwick.
An epigraph by Bill Griffiths. How the pigs are marched to be eaten, telling out jokes about teats. Already I'm back, looking to see if I regret my first poems. That is the nature of anger, a new subject matter. We would become, but they would notice if they are reading at all on giants, on grief, on the sad chance of meeting the second when you barely have begun the first. There are giants of regret taking sheep and goats in their hands, mashed bones, a dead hippie in a jungle, plane crash minced into one matter, a lost love you know died starving, and without you, loveless, furious, holding the bushel before slamming a human head into a brass bar rail and being lucky it didn't crack its brain like a giant's egg. An angry thief made up of hate steals, milk suits, flat finger bones, wood and nature's graves for babies, Russian soft in the looking up light, hurting, piled when we get better, getting on in, a one-legged horse allowed to live, dragging itself across sand for competition, and then the electronic list of the missing broke our hearts. Now everything's big, everything's mother, is bluer than blue, whiter than white, cruelest as a dip in the car thief fame and muscling up for money. Sounds like a good deal to me. When I become the wealthy, I'm bound to be calmest, said a giant, currently fashionable. If the screaming doesn't end by Sunday, we'll call a doctor, said the elephant. Fresh through the ice, sea-lined marrow of fish, of misinformation cleared like paraded grounding, I'm welcome. I don't want to know the truth, it'll make me angry.
No heir to a frozen food fortune. Follow your obsessions, wolf men and women. So to Camberwell last night. Stephen Emerson's Albion installation, a chance to channel Blake, typewriters on a pentagram. I tried. Blake was enjoying speaking rubbish. And hunting cures a sad cow of milk teeth. Holding your nerve, holding your nerve, holding your nerve. When you mention an animal in a poem, hot food in the menagerie, it vanishes temporarily into the wold. Attentive to the changing light, the top layer of skin burns. Hunter-gatherers on the stairs hide the pizza. H, because I think I can only decide later. Giants, because of the need to respond quickly, to make something that can contain hunting, hunting. Elephants, gorillas, bears, penguins, all writing to understand their fate. I'll heal you by thinking about you. Counting down the allotted heartbeats, still most of everything to go. The new young Joseph Boyce to rap in automatic, Tasmanian honey and kitchen roll.
How like a friend to notice when you discover the love of your life that other beautiful women start growing. Out of the fleur, I thought that last bit when rereading was written by me. Either we should be collaborating or... All the time beneath courage in the face of cold, the arms of an older man. Swollen belly with an egg sac, living together in Kensal Green. She's 30 before she leaves. There's no order, but to the end events, smooth like a trunk, she her jaws. If I am willing to be the woman who did not love him, set to music, a body and indignity, 40 feet of intestine.